Week 8 arrives on the Friday Night Blitz with another season flying by.
Those who invest the most are the last to surrender.
Just 4 weeks remain to settle some scores and decide district titles.
District championship on Friday. Let's go! Baby.
Revenge on the mind for a few.
It's going to be heavy. If they don't come out and heavy, I'll take a timeout.
And a chance to show out for others.
You want respect, you got to take respect. Don't even hear any chit-chat.
We bring it to you now on the Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Mike Hollis tonight will conduct tonight's pregame coin toss, which is being done in recognition of the Jaguars' Crucial Catch Initiative.
One of the greatest players in Jacksonville Jaguars history, former kicker Mike Hollis. We love kickers. He was on hand for our game of
I'd like to see him
week.
kicking that. Did he have flip-flops on?
Well,
baby.
Living the beach life now.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to a week with more fantastic matchups that we know what to do with. I'm Brent Martineau.
And I'm Stuart Weber. Felt weird the last 2 weeks not being able to cover the Blitz over in London. We looked for the high school games, just couldn't find any. There weren't any going on there. Luckily, we're back and excited for week 8. So let's get into it.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
And we've got an in-county district matchup. It's homecoming. It's everything you could want. Orange Park, Ridgeview, lot on the line for these two teams. Raiders starting strong. Gabe Taylor will lead the Raiders right down the field, caps off the drive with a slant pass to Quentin Moore on his horse and into the end zone. Orange Park gets the early touchdown lead. Raiders defense coming up big a little later. Timothy Barfield with a diving attempt at the errant pass comes up with the pick. OP takes over just outside the red zone and would capitalize on it. Joshua Johnson to the near side, taking that handoff, gets a little block, finds daylight, and into the end zone from 30 yards out. Touchdown Raiders, they go ahead 15-0. 27 seconds left to go in the half. Ridgeview gonna get involved. Defense with the interception. It's Lucius Harris on the tipped pass, and he's headed the other way. 80-yard pick six to the house. Panthers are on the board, but it wouldn't be enough as Orange Park gets the victory 36-12. Marcus Wimberly and the Raiders get the win.
Very proud because I told them, you know, we gotta stay alive. We gotta take one game at a time, and we gotta win. This was a district game because we lost our first one a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, I just wanted the guys to come out here and take care of business, and they did.
Seemed like you guys were obviously firing from the start. You know, first drive, come down and score. Sort of hit a little bit of a lull in the second half, obviously offensively, but defense came up and they got a couple of picks, turnovers, and really kind of sealed this game. You know, just talk about what it's like to come out of a game like this with a complete win.
Yeah, we haven't put a complete game together, and like you said, we did have a lull on offense, but I was very proud of the defense because, you know, we had been struggling on that side of the football, and we put a lot of emphasis the last couple of weeks on defense, and they came out all cylinders firing. So I'm very proud of them.
Talking about your offense, I mean, talk about playmakers, not just an offense on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's too many names to mention. You know, to see so many guys show up in big moments, you know, it's, for a coach, it's got to make you proud.
Yes, very much so. I mean, these guys work hard. You know, I push them to the limit. I'm hard on them, but, you know, they take it. And, you know, I'm glad to see them perform today.
Last one for you. The road isn't getting easier. Obviously, you know, this isn't the main goal, but this is step one. You know, what's the message moving forward?
Like I said, one game at a time. Ponte Vedra's next, and it's an important game for us if we want to stay alive in the playoff hunt. So, you know, we got to go back to the drawing board and keep it going.
He's done a nice job over there at Orange Park. Clay County will have 3 more pink out games this month in support of raising money for breast cancer awareness. 2 weeks from tonight, Ridgeview, Fleming Island, and Keystone Heights will all host pink out games on campus. All part of a fantastic partnership between Clay County Schools, the American Cancer Society, and the Jacksonville Jaguars Foundation. More on a big event on tap for tomorrow later on in the show.
We take a look at our game of the week schedule. We've had some good ones, and we've been getting all over the area. We love to see that. We're headed back to Duval County next week to the backyard. Riverside playing host to Sandalwood. That's next week, a featured game on the Friday Night Blitz.
Well, one of the biggest games of the night, the battle for Longleaf Pine. Not disappointing. Creekside at Bartram Trail this year. Third quarter, Bears up 17-13. Here's a few more. Jaden Weatherly up top in coverage to DeAndre Caldwell in It's 4-6. Creekside under pressure now. Sean Ashenfelder makes the play, puts it on Ashton Reynolds, and gets to the goal line. Not quite in there, right on the doorstep. That's where Harrison Garrido comes in. He's been fantastic this year for Creekside, and that's a touchdown. We've got a one-score game, 24-19. Fourth quarter, Knights trying to come back, but it's the defense of Bartram Trail that gets it done. Julian Porter, he picks it, and he's got some room to run and finishes it off. That's a pick six that would seal the deal. He'd actually recover a fumble on the next possession. Bartram Trail extends their winning streak over the rival, 31-19 the final.
Proud of the way the kids responded. It didn't start well on offense, and I'm proud of the way they responded on defense. Played phenomenal. I think they gave up two big runs, and then after that, they closed it down completely and just played unreal after halftime. So just couldn't ask any more of those guys.
That's 10 in a row for Bartram Trail over Creekside.
How about an alumni shout out for Trinity Christian? It's Big Kendrick Norton traveling with the team over to UC for this matchup. Remember, Fighting Christians knocked out the Conquerors in the playoffs a year ago. Under 2 to go in the first quarter. TC in UC territory. Hurley hands it off. Darnell Rogers into the end zone. Conquerors strike first, make it 7-0. Second quarter, same score. Here comes Trinity. Hurley in tight coverage. Dakari Gilly with the interception for University Christian. Just a wild turn of events. We're still in the second quarter. UC punting the ball away after the turnover. Bounces off the shoe of the Conqueror. Mason McLeod there for the recovery. Christians get the ball back. So fresh set of downs for UC, but here comes some pressure. Bryce Cashmere check with the sack. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by Psyche Teague. Defensive show. And it's Trinity Christian with a 14-0 victory. By the way, these two teams may meet again down the road.
Talking about schools since the 50s. Only 12 teams have called themselves district champs. You have the opportunity tonight.
All right, winner takes the District 5 2S title. Yulee and Baker County. 3-0 lead for the Cats early second, but Hornets are driving. They come away with nothing, though, as Jamari Elliott picks off that pass in the end zone, and that turnover turns into points. A few plays later, Hudson Register with a crossing. Connor Bearden, he'll take it in for the touchdown. It's still 10-0. Second quarter, Baker County ball again. Trickeration, Chase Phillips with the handoff. Takes it, then he throws the ball to a wide open Vontaeus Walker. Down the sideline, stretches the lead to 17. Hornets trying to get back into this thing. Deep ball, and this one is not for the intended target. Rhett Roden looked like he was running a route.
I thought he was going to keep running.
No, he's on the other team, so he's got to make that U-turn and gain some yards on the INT. 3 first-half picks for the Cats leads to a 32-14 win and the district championship for Baker County.
Wow, they're loud and proud up there at Camden County, huh? How about that turnout? And always ready for Colquitt County. What a matchup and a big battle they had to get out the T-shirt gun.
Love it.
Colquitt County coming in nationally ranked at 6-0, already up 7-6. And Nico Fan goes deep down the sideline to Nykar. Super catch. Back of the end zone to extend the lead. Camden now trying to answer. Less than 90 seconds to go in the half. Pass complete, but how about the hit right there? Whoa, Nick Pace. Defense forces a punt. Colquitt then takes it right down the field. Fan completes to Landon Thomas over the middle for a gain. And that would set up a field goal as the first half clock hit 0. Colquitt with a 16-7 lead. They go on to win it 37-16 to remain undefeated at 7-0. Bishop Kenny didn't have to travel far tonight. Could have walked over to Episcopal. Crusaders and Eagles tied at 7. How about this collision in the backfield? Whoa, Matthew Jenkins getting the better of it. Number 15 all over the place for that Episcopal defense. Second quarter, James Resar, Iowa Bond, good at football, good at track. Combines both on the 61-yarder.
It's like a baton. It's like the baton in his hand.
That's right. After the first 10 or 15 yards, nobody was going to catch him. 14-7. What an answer from Episcopal. Turner Glenn with some time. Watch this thing of beauty. Launches it to Omar Dixon in stride. Runs away from everyone. All tied at 14. Late in the half, 21-14 Bishop Kenny. And Resar sets up the screen to J.P. Donovan. And it's beautifully played.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, they didn't lay a finger on him. 35-21 was the score in favor of Bishop Kenny. We're still waiting on a final score, so we'll get that one to you.
Happy homecoming over at the Corral. Mandarin Mustangs hosting Fleming Island in a clash of multiple counties. First quarter, Mustangs already up 7-0. Mandarin back in Golden Eagle territory. Tremel Jones with time airs it out to Carlos Witherup for another Mustang touchdown. Go for two, don't get it, so it's 12-0. Mustangs back with the ball at midfield. This time, Tiant Leitch finds a gap, and he's gone. We've said his name a lot this year. Mandarin up 18 early in this game. Second quarter, Golden Eagles of Fleming Island inside the 5. Direct snap to Tyler Beverly. He'll break the plane and get the visitors on the board, but long bus ride home for the Golden Eagles. Actually, not that long. It's just across the Buckman. The Buckman can be long sometimes, but I don't think late in the evening. 56-19, Mandarin gets the win.
Tokoi Creek at Ponte Vedra, and Ponte Vedra comes in hot now. They're turning out to be one of the best teams in the area. Benjamin Burke starts to score. Nicole Matson buys some time, shakes a defender, and there he is, finds his guy for a nice gain, and then some. There he goes, 7-0 touchdown for Ponte Vedra. Then Brian Case, workhorse in the backfield, finds the end zone, make it 14-zip in favor of the home team. Good on defense, starting to get even better and better on offense. Toros would get some of it back. Ryan Kilmer for Tokoi Creek gets in there, but in the end, it was 38-6. Ponte Vedra wins, and they are now 6-1.
Right down the road, we're over at Nice High School. Panthers hosting Flagler Palm Coast. Just a 7-point game for the Panthers when the camera starts rolling. Bryce Frick to Braden Felder. Touchdown for the home team, Nice. Let's try that again, shall we? Frick to Felder. Nice catch. Working his way towards the goal line, but a little short. So, what do we do for the third highlight, Brent?
Well, Frick.
Frick to Felder.
Wow,
what a catch! And he stretches it across. That is a touchdown.
Where's Maddox Spencer catching all those balls?
And that was a beauty right there. Frick and Felder, just a terrific time for them tonight. Nice score there. Waiting on a final, but Nice was up 2 touchdowns at the time.
Yeah, scoring a lot of points in that one. Hey, by the way, we'll give you an update. 49-28, Bishop Kenny beats Episcopal. Okay. Let's say hey to Duval County Schools this week, announcing the next 2 schools to get new turf fields on campus. We've already seen Riverside and Inglewood transform. Next up, it's Paxson and Parker as the Golden Eagles and Braves get much-needed upgrades on some very busy athletic fields this spring. They'll feel like they won the lottery after getting those upgrades and facilities.
We are the Ramsey Panthers, and this is a Friday Night Blitz. Go Panthers!
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Orange Park High School is proud to present a check for $2,350 to the American Cancer Society.
Shout out to the Raiders community. Their fundraiser raised over $2,000 for research to aid in the fight against breast cancer. More on that initiative in just a moment. But first, we have another check to give out.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
And this check goes to Marcus Wimberly and the Orange Park Raiders. Congrats to the second-year head coach down there in Clay County. Our partners with Jaguars Prep and Whataburger presenting that for the athletic program after a big win in the game of the week.
Well, you've seen a lot of pick from our game of the week, and it's all building toward tomorrow's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, the First Coast Walk at Everbank Stadium. It's not too late to sign up and wake up early tomorrow for a fantastic cause. You can also still donate online. Welcome back, everybody. Friday Night Blitz. Brent Martineau, Stuart Weber, the entire Action Sports Shacks team. We call it Week 8 of the high school football season. The middle of October, things start to really heat up. Well, the weather cools off, which is a little bit nicer for everyone.
Yeah, it's lovely. We also have some great rivalry games, not just this weekend, but every weekend, but especially this weekend. We got quite a few. Let's get to one of them, shall we? West Nassau, we got a battle in Nassau County. Warriors and the Fernandina Beach Pirates. First quarter, after the Pirates QB had to come out for a couple plays, they put in their nose tackle, Tyjon Brown, taking the direct snap and just barreling through the defenders for a big run.
Deep in the playbook.
Pirates got a field goal on the drive. Later in the first, Warriors running back Josh Bruton. He'll take the handoff, get outside, and outrun the Pirate defense. This is the only touchdown of the entire game. And we got it.
Oh.
How about that?
How about
Next
that?
drive, Pirates looking for a deep shot. Landon Schaff with the interception. We got a slugfest on the defensive side. Single digits, 7-6. Warriors get the win over the Pirates.
That's what you got to do to get it done. Beautiful night to play some ball in the backyard. The longest running matchup in town. Jackson at Riverside. Better play some defense in the backyard. And Jackson's Willie Hill. Nice deflection on the pass. Committed to the uncommitted last week. He's a nominee for our scholarship on the Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690. One of the few moments for the Tigers because the Generals were cruising. Kenvate Shero somehow stays on his feet. He scores to make it 14-0 on the far side. Riverside just getting going. Then the vaunted defense. Jamal Harvey Jackson, he's been fantastic for the Generals. Picks it off in the middle of the field. Looked like he might go the distance, but he eventually gets tackled. Generals in point-blank range once again to score, and Sherman Davis would do just that. He's just a freshman. I want to know what's he going to look like in 3 years. He don't look like a freshman to me. Touchdown, all Riverside tonight, 47-8, the final.
All right, another Gateway Conference battle. Sandalwood paying a visit to Stingray Bay to meet Atlantic Coast. Home team with the ball, but bobbled snap gives Kingston Sutton time to get in the backfield. He records the sack. Heck of a game for number 30. Later in the drive, AC forced the punt. Who else? Sutton blocks the punt, and Sandalwood takes over. Second quarter, Saints going for it on a 4th and goal inside the 5. We got a goal line stand. Atlantic Coast defense stands tall, but Sandalwood would get it back, and Quintez Andrews keeps it up the middle. Off he goes. That's a touchdown for the Saints. Nice little juke there. Made it 6-0, but Atlantic Coast scores the next 14. They get the win at home, 14-6.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Our latest vote was perhaps one of the closest ones we've ever had. Over 30,000 total votes coming in. Carson Collins earns the nod with only 200 more votes than the runner-up. Big congratulations to Tocoy Creek defensive end.
Yeah, let's bring in Action Sports Jack's Olivia Tasley for more on the Toros' big man and his big night a week ago.
Our latest player of the week was hungry, and Falcon was the only entree on his menu. Carson Collins helped the Toros stampede back from a 13-point deficit to beat Menendez 34-13. Here's a look at the tape. The Toros defensive end won the battle in the trenches, getting to the quarterback 5 times. If you don't believe me, take a look as he counts them up himself. There you go, Carson. Get credit where it's due. Carson was also the team's leading tackler last week with 8 total and 6 solo under his belt. After averaging 4.5 tackles per game last season, this senior is well on his way to raise the standard in his final year. In the studio, I'm Olivia Tasley, Action Sports Jacks.
Had a nominee come in. That's what you got to do. Hit us up on social media, email, and then we'll post the 4 candidates on the Friday Night Blitz page, actionnewsjacks.com. You vote. You have until Monday night to vote, vote, vote. We've had 28 nominees from 28 different schools so far, so we're hopefully spreading it around.
Love that. How about a game out in Columbia County, second quarter, Fort White hosting Dixie County. Indians looking to put points on the board. Jaden Jackson fakes the carry, takes it in himself, diving into the end zone. Big game for Fort White, and they get a win over a pretty good Dixie County team. Final score in this one, 35-0. Fort White with another victory. I think they're 6-1 now on the year.
Still got one more game on the high school football schedule for Week 8. It's annually one of the best our area has to offer. The pageantry of the Northwest Classic is tomorrow. This year, the emphasis might have to be on the north because the Raines and Ribault rivalry hits the road to First Coast High School with the Trojans campus under construction. They thought that stadium could best meet the needs of the crowd. Fans from both teams will show up in droves to tailgate, cheer on their respective schools, and just have a fantastic day representing football in Northeast Florida. Of course, the players, they're focused on winning.
The Northwest Classic, it just brings so much intensity. I think it just brings a different side out of, people that just you usually don't see. That's just what it brings. That's what the crowd brings. That's what the game brings. You know what I'm saying?
The Vikings looking to make it 7 in a row over the Trojans on Saturday at 2 o'clock. We had both coaches on and also both committed to the uncommitted nominees tonight from Raines and Ribault. So check it out on the Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690. You can go back on our YouTube channel, Action Sports Jacks, and catch the show if you missed it.
As we hit the final stretch of tonight's program, let's say hey to one of the last unbeatens in our area. Bradford goes down to Miami this afternoon. They hand True North their first loss of the year, 24-13. Tornadoes with another strong performance. We'll be right back.
We are the Orange Park Raiders. This is the Friday Night Blitz. Swords up!
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
My favorite high school football memory would have to be our first state championship my sophomore year. It was just super special to be a part of like my first championship with a bunch of people that I grew up with and I've known my whole life, and I'll never forget that.
And he won one in college. Let's bring one to the NFL, Trevor Lawrence. How about that? We obviously got the Friday Night Blitz each and every Friday, 10:30 on Fox 30. Got another edition coming up at 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. And what will our play of the week be? How about this from the Nice game? And Maddox Spencer is having an unbelievable season. Look at him go up and get that one right at the goal line and gets the ball across while beating two defenders. Spencer.
Some love for Bryce Frick, the quarterback he threw it to.
Yeah.
Getting it right on number 14. Reaches across. Love to see it.
Spencer is flirting with record books in the state of Florida this year. He's been that good for Nice.
All right. What do we got? We got one more note for you from off the football field. It's a congrats to the Mandarin Mustangs as they topped Fletcher in a 5-set battle last night for the Gateway Conference title in volleyball. That means those playoffs, by the way, right around the corner. We've got high school football heating up. We got volleyball playoffs coming up. Good time for high school sports in our area.
Excellent time for all sports in our area. Let's leave you with the band of the week. We'll have the Blitz coming up at 11:15, and let's listen to some tunes before we do that. Hope you enjoyed another Friday night. Week 8 now in the books, almost. We've got Raines and Ribault tomorrow.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it. On Friday nights, the hits keep coming.
You go right, I go left. Put it work, trip and sweat, ain't even halftime yet.
The passion contagious.
Check the score, yeah, we get them. They ain't even know it.
The highlights explosive.
They wanna get like me. You better turn this thing up a couple hundred.
Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, Friday at 10:30 on Fox 30, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.